Alright, what up everybody? Today I'm going to be discussing the current state of the Celtics. Celtics are currently 12-10. Tatum and Brown, both with career years, both average 27 points. Thompson is doing pretty solid. Thompson's doing solid. Daniel Tice is doing solid. Marcus Smart is playing great, but he's had injuries. The Celtics team this year has basically just been plagued by injuries. I think like Tatum, Brown, and Kemba have only played together in like 3 games or something. Kemba missed like the start of the season. Tatum had to miss 5 games because he had got corona. Jaylen Brown missed the last 2 games. Smart got hurt in the game against the Lakers. But the Celtics are still doing fine. They're 12-10, and their team is clearly a lot better than their record shows. However, the main issue I have with the Celtics team, and I don't think we could make it deep in the playoffs, is if we don't trade Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker just went 4 for 20 from the field. We lost to the Suns by 8 points. Brown didn't play, so whatever. But Kemba Walker should never be going 4 for 20 from the field. That's 20%, and he keeps shooting, and it just never goes in. So... but that's not my biggest issue with Kemba. My biggest issue with Kemba is every time he gets the ball, he dribbles the round for 20 seconds. I don't know, crossover, drives in, keeps his dribble, drives back out. Drives in, sees a bigger defender, realizes he's too short to shoot. He either gets blocked if he shoots, or he kicks it out to like Tatum, who has to take a step back 3, a fadeaway or something crazy like that, which goes in. Like Tatum had 23 points today, but that's only because Tatum is amazing. And when he gives it to anyone else, like let's say he passes it to like Grant Williams or just any other player, they do nothing with the ball because they get the ball with 4 seconds left in the shot clock. The defense is still set. They're not scrambling because Kemba held the ball for the whole possession. And it just doesn't accomplish anything besides for waste shot clock, and that's just a whole possession ruined. Then that ruins your momentum. The defense gets a stop. They go down if they score. Same thing happens. Kemba Walker takes 20 seconds, either gets blocked, and it's just a routine that keeps going. If you're going to take 20 shots and you're going to have the ball as much as him, you better be averaging at least 25 points, or you could average like 8+ assists and be a good playmaker. So the Celtics, their 2 main needs of trading, if they trade Kemba Walker, is shooting and defense, because Kemba Walker's a liability on defense. They need defense a lot more than anything right now. So a few players that come to mind are Andre Drummond. However, they won't have to trade for him because he could be bought out by the Cavs, and the Celtics could sign them because they have a $28 million trade exception from the Hayward signing. So a few players I think they could trade for. Let's say Bradley Beal. I don't think the Wizards will be willing to trade him, but I think that anyways, I think Westbrook will be gone in the offseason because he's been pretty poor for the Wizards. So let's say the Wizards want to trade Bradley Beal, or Bradley Beal requests a trade. Kemba, 2 first-rounders, and Romeo Langford would be a great deal for both teams. The Celtics getting a 35-point-per-game scorer, while the Wizards are getting a leader who may not be so good, but with a bunch of young players like Rui and Denny. Kemba Walker would be very helpful, just like he helped develop Tatum and Brown. Also, Nikola Vucevic or Aaron Gordon would be great options. For Vucevic, we would probably give up Rob Williams, Kemba Walker, and a first-round pick for Vucevic, and maybe Vucevic and a second-rounder, because or just any point guard from the Magic, and then we throw in Jeff Teague. I think that would be a fair trade. Another trade offer I would do is, let's say we could get Aaron Gordon, then we would have to give Kemba Walker for like maybe Aaron Gordon and a second-rounder. That would be great. Peyton Pritchard would be starting point guard, and I love Pritchard. He's such a good shooter, makes right reads because he spent 4 years in college, so he doesn't really have to develop so much. Yeah, and I think those 2 are. Oh, and also Harrison Barnes, great defender and a solid scorer and a solid shooter. I think he would be great. They have a $28 million trade exception, so they could basically afford anyone right now. Any free agent that's on the market, they could afford basically. And the Kings are struggling. They're like mediocre, but slightly below mediocre. So they might want to make a trade. So yeah, that's what I have today. So I think that the Celtics need to let Kemba Walker go. He's just not a great fit for the team. And I think he's fell off ever since he's left the Hornets. He wasn't too good on the Hornets. Like, if you average 25 points a game and it's empty stats, then I don't know, it doesn't really mean that much. And yeah, he wasn't winning games in Charlotte. And now that he's on a good team, he's just not playing well at all. And the Celtics need to move on. Thank you for watching. Bye.